With Monster Hunter Wilds now out, and again, I've already completed the base game. I'm on the Gore Magala saga. Just fought Jindaha for the third time, that absolute menace. And, well, we gotta talk about something. Nergigante versus Arkveld is actually a horrific stump. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I've seen a lot of the current players, the more modern day people who pretty much didn't even play World, just start out with this game, and they're already talking like, oh yeah, this guy could beat Nergigante. But I'm here to tell y'all the absolute horrific truth with all the evidence that's pretty much there, and to give you the full details about each one. So without further ado, let's begin, starting off with Arkveld. Arkveld is Elder Dragon level. Let's get that out the way. Already having Dragon element and pretty much a higher levels of Dragon element than even its own lineage. Now you might say, what do I mean lineage? Well, believe it or not, Arkveld is a part of the Whip Wyverns. This is again a Wyvern lineage that appeared only in, well, Frontier. But now that the fact that they might make a return thanks to the likes of Arkveld, and with Arkveld now being a new species in general, yeah, we're about to get some very good stuff here. Now, these Whip Wyverns are able to bend dragon energy. This is important. So Baruki Russo and Doragi Russo are both members of this lineage that are Elder Dragon level. Are they the highest members of the Elder Dragon level, fighters and stuff like that? No. But they're not even in the low tiers as well. They're in the same ballpark as characters like Rajang, as they're also known to not only fight against Rajang, but actually win territory over it. And they're pretty much like flying Rajangs, which just sounds terrifying altogether. Now, when it comes down to Arkveld's feats, he does have turf wars with the likes of Ray Dow and Gore Magala, or even if you can call it that, I would actually call it more of a subduction or a subduing turf war, if you will, because again, Arkveld actually attacks the monster when they're already down, wrapping his tendrils around them and just draining them of their energy. It's just sad, with Ray Dow being the only monster that even is able to even put up a decent fight and even damage the likes of Arkveld. So it's very interesting how it is. But again, yes, Arkveld should be Elder Dragon level, or easily is Elder Dragon level. However, comparing this to Nergigante, who's an Apex Elder Dragon, is really just not fair at all. Let's really talk about the reason why. Nergigante is the natural predator of every Elder Dragon. Yeah, that's been stated and that's been shown here. He even preys upon giant Elder Dragons like Zora Magdaros, even being able to prey upon final boss Elder Dragons like Shara Valda, and it's confirmed that he would have killed them regardless. Now, Apex Elder Dragons are pretty much Elder Dragons that are way above the levels of Elder Dragons here, and I would even say above the likes of the, I guess you could say, the variant species, the Elder Dragon variants. And keep in mind, this puts them above beings like Magna Malo, Devil Joe, Rajang, so on and so forth, even the likes of a Cantor and Eucanlos. And we know that Nergigante is the absolute strongest right now, because again, the only other Apex Elder Dragon as of right now is Primordial Malzeno, and we already know that by the video I made about Nergigante and Malzeno a long time ago. But the reason why Nergigante is above Arkveld, not only in terms of strength here, it's also his durability, his regeneration. You see, Nergigante's main thing is his high levels of resistance and durability. His durability can also increase, meaning the more damage he honestly takes, the harder his spikes can get over time, to the point where they're just blocking even attacks from, hammers and great swords and stuff like that. But the thing about Nergigante is that he would actually prey upon Arkveld's species. And that's not even a joke here. The Arkveld literally emits the dragon energy that Nergigante would need in order to reproduce asexually. This is the reason why he hunts Elder Dragons, not only for food, but also for reproduction reasons, leaving a spike inside of the dragon and just having it pretty much grow into a new Nergigante based on the dragon energy or the bio energy that is within the Elder Dragon. So Arkveld being able to use dragon energy means he's just nothing more than a dinner bell. And again, keep in mind, you might say, oh, well, can Nergigante resist dragon element? Yeah, We know Elder Dragons also use Dragon Element. Kushal Daora uses Dragon Element. Valstrax uses Dragon Element. Teostra uses Dragon Element. These dragons already have Dragon Element inside them. They use it on the daily and combine it with their attacks. Nergigante is literally tanking this to the face, even tanking things like Lunastra's Supernova point blank after slamming her, and is fine. Like, just ridiculously fine. And keep in mind, in the old world, he was preying upon other Elder Dragons. Others. Even some of the more unknown ones. Again, these guys were prey for Nergigante. Arkveld is powerful, don't get me wrong. I think he can definitely give a fight to the likes of Rajang, Devil Joe, Basil Goose, and maybe Magnum Mallow, because I do put Magnum Mallow and Espinas on a different pedestal because of how they pretty much operate and how they fight. But overall, comparing Arkveld to Nergigante isn't fair at all. Do I think Arkveld can take on an Elder Dragon? It's kind of a yes, no, and a maybe. It depends on the Elder Dragon, because Elder Dragons usually get by with their hacks and abilities in the fight that are just on a much higher level. For example, a lot of monsters can manipulate water, right? But we know Namiel is superior to those who can manipulate water. Same thing with Kirin. Even though Kirin is one of the weaker Elder Dragons, she's still able to manipulate a higher level of electricity compared to the likes of, well, Baruki Riso, Legiocris, and even the likes of what's that one Thunder Wyvern name? I actually forgot his name real quick. But Astalos, excuse me. But overall here, Nergigante is just above that tier in general. Arkveld is powerful, don't get me wrong. He is a great flagship monster. But comparing him to the literal apex of apexes, the literal dominant predator of the gods, or at least, the essential gods of the verse, which is the Elder Dragons, right? And then you just have Black Dragons, which are just a whole different ballpark entirely, right? But Nergigante sits in a place where he is above every other Elder Dragon. But that's going to be all for today, you guys. Please comment down below, like and subscribe, and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.